The young man you're about to meet is bright, well-educated, and from a good family. But heroin drove him to do things he never dreamed possible, and it nearly killed him. The Guidance Center of Westchester saved his life.
You think of Westchester, you think of big houses and rich kids, and it's here just as much as it is in the Bronx or anywhere else in the city. By like 8th grade, I was basically a full-blown addict.
Westchester County might be one of the richest counties in America. Unless it opens its eyes, it's going to have one of the largest problems in America.
That one day at a time is like a lifetime, you know? One day at a time is hard.
Morning.
The younger population has been lately a bit concerned for me because they've been coming to my door at a clip that's almost unbelievable. I've got 249 patients that come in for treatment almost daily. Medication in itself will not solve your problem.
As program director of the county's only freestanding methadone clinic, Donald Johnson is on the front lines of Westchester's war against heroin.
At some point, your addiction takes over. You could be standing at, talking to one of my patients at Target. You could be at a pharmacy being treated by one of my patients. You could be in a hospital and one of my patients would walk in and be the nurse's aide.
But it's his youngest patients that have him up at night.
The people that are dying in Westchester County are under the age of 30.
Probably started trying it when I was 10.
You were just 10 years old.
Yeah. I started messing with the heavier stuff probably when I was 15. Prescription pills, like Oxycontin, Xanax.
And if you had asked Brian back then, graduating to anything stronger was simply out of the question.
I was scared of needles. If you tried to take my blood, I would faint.
But it wasn't long before fear lost.
By the time I was 17, I was full-blown heroin addict.
So what ultimately scared Brian straight? After being released to a halfway house, he failed a drug test and faced hard time. So instead of looking for his next fix,
I wake up every morning, I come here.
Brian finally got a glimpse
Thank you.
of the big picture.
You don't hear about a successful heroin user. You don't see a 70-year-old heroin user. It's because they're all dead or in jail.
This last 4 or 5 months has been really frightening because prescription pain medication abuse has taken off to a level we've not seen. And when they can't get prescription pain medicine, they usually reach out to and secure the next cheapest thing, which is heroin. And heroin at a $5 bag is a cheaper high than a prescription pain medicine, but it's much more deadly.
And Johnson says even more disturbing are the faces of the newest victims.
Young folk are not going home today telling their mothers and fathers, I'm addicted to an opiate-based substance. And by the time you discover your child's addicted, it's a little bit too late.
While Brian tries to put the heroin nightmare behind him, the Guidance Center teaches him a person can be much more than their past mistakes.
I've given the drug so much already. I'm not giving it anything else. I'm not gonna throw away everything that I've worked so hard for a 10-minute high.
And certainly it's not easy to come forward and admit you have a problem in such a public fashion. So we want to thank Brian for his courage and the Guidance Center of Westchester for allowing us inside their world.